Hey Slackers, Slack Pack, welcome back to my channel, Cerius Blaq with Cerius Blaq. I am your host, Cerius Blaq, and tonight I have the privilege of interviewing a very awesome band. I'd like to introduce y'all to Rad Max. Say hi, y'all.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
All right, so we're going to get some introductions out of the way. Please tell my audience, the Slack Pack, a little bit about yourselves and go.
My name is Rad Rachel, and I sing and I play the synth.
I'm Rad Greg, and I play the rad drums in Rad Max.
Nice, nice.
I'm Rad Scott. I play bass.
And I'm Rad Connor. I play guitar.
Awesome. And we'll give them a little help out too. So there's a visual, you know.
Which one's Rad Connor?
Right, Connor, look at this. I just really wanted them to see this image I put together because I think it's hilarious. So check that out.
Yeah. Mad mugging.
And bam. I want all of those. I want all of those sunglasses.
Those are not my sunglasses. I don't wear.
Those are my sunglasses.
Ooh. So one of the things I was like toying over is like, how do I introduce, like usually I start people with like, where did you get your start? And then I started reading this bio on your website, and I was like, there's a little brief one, and then but the not so brief one is hilarious. And if you don't mind, I'd like to attempt to read this for my audience.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so here we go, y'all. You ready? Okay. Some say that Rad Max came to life when someone put an unmarked VHS tape into a VCR and pressed play. Bursting forth in a flash of neon, they emerged ripping guitar solos and smacking down dance beats. Rad Max's playful lyrics and catchy hooks rock over a dance beat that can only be truly understood through an 80s movie montage. They often sing about sunglasses, convenience stores, demon possession, and other bad movie tropes. Aside from straight-to-video movies, Rad Max pulls inspiration from such artists as Nerf Herder, Devo, The Go-Go's, and Kenny Loggins to create their particular brand of rad wave dance punk. They've quickly become known for their energetic live performances that balance danceable rock and roll with tongue-in-cheek dorkiness. Since their start in 2017, which I believe that's when I met them, y'all, Rad Max has played all around the Pacific Northwest, started their own music and movie series called So Bad It's Rad, been featured on Drunk Dials Records, PDX Pop Now, and Tender Loving Empire compilations. Been featured in a short horror film and have opened for such touring acts as Spells, Daikaiju, and MDC. Did I say that right? I hope so.
Yep.
All right. Rewind that VHS, hit play, and get ready for B-movie rock fest that is Rad Max. So, who wrote that? Who wrote that? I want to know. I want to know who wrote that one.
Oh, that's all Rad Scott right there.
Rad Scott.
Oh yeah.
Love this. Pretty great. So, gosh, 2017. Now, one thing it doesn't say on there is like, how did y'all all meet? How did it happen?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
Craig's
do you want me to? So there's Scott and I are the two original members. We had a different singer and a different guitar player at one point.
yeah.
I was friends with the old singer, and I got really drunk at bar trivia one night, and I woke up the next day and I was like, cool, I just joined a Devo cover band. And so I learned all these Devo songs, and then I showed up to practice and was like, so what Devo songs you want to start with? And they're like, what are you talking about? And I was like,
Oh no.
I was like, well, I learned like 10 different Devo songs. And they're like, why?
What?
And I was like, are we not a Devo cover band? They're like, no, this is an original band. And I was like, oh no.
Oh
Okay,
my
and
God.
that's cool too. So that happened. I had never met Scott before. That was the first day I met Scott.
Yeah, that was great. But then you used all those Devo.
But I used a
drum-
bunch of
yeah,
Devo
yeah.
drum beats, and that's how this band kind of evolved because I was like playing all these Devo dance beats, and we formed the band around the Devo dance.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that works. It worked.
It did work. It was just like, I guess this is going to be our influence. No.
Okay. So, like, first band practice, you guys get together. Like, what was it like? Was it like just fluid, or did you just have did you take some time to get to know each other and like be like, oh, that's he likes to fart in the corner, or she does this weird thing with her elbows. Like, what was it like?
I mean, we threw everything at the wall, and we called it kind of rad maximalism at the beginning, because we were just all over the board of just playing all different genres and just kind of going fast with them, and then slowly kind of honed into kind of what we like and what we are now. And when Rachel and Connor joined the band, that really solidified the sound.
Yeah, it
Nice.
really gelled really well right when Rachel joined the band, and then when Connor joined, I think we wrote a song the first day Connor joined that we still play now. It's still one of my favorite. It's So Convenient. We wrote that the first day, and we really didn't even tweak it too much. It just really worked out very perfectly right when we wrote it. So
That's
we
what's
knew
up.
it was Kismet.
Okay.
How you spell? Are you saying that?
I don't know. Isn't that how you say it?
Kismet. You accent the S.
Yeah, I say it.
Kismet.
Kismet. You can say, well, I mean, it did sound like a little super villainy. The way you said it.
I am part House Slytherin, so
I think it could be like on your dad's side.
it's parcel time. All right.
Oh man, so since 2017, you guys been touring like crazy all over the Pacific Northwest, and I from what I know, you guys are well received everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any good, any favorite? Yeah. Any favorite on the road stories, or any like craziness or terrifying things, or anything interesting that has happened in your travels?
Ooh, what about that place we stayed in Northern California?
With the donkeys?
Yeah, with the donkeys.
I'm sorry. What did you just say? Donkeys?
Oh yeah, yeah. We played in Arcada. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Arcada.
Yeah.
Arcada. We played in
Okay.
Arcada, which is just tiny town by Eureka. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we ended up staying at this like somebody's property, like out in the middle of nowhere. And then we woke up and there was like donkeys all around us. Like, it was really weird. But right when we walked into the room we were staying, there was this gigantic cross that was light up, like neon light up cross on the wall. It was like right above the bed. And this woman's like, Tobey Maguire stayed here one time. And I was like,
Well,
what?
It wasn't signs that said God.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
God.
God.
Right.
It was a
Yeah.
neon sign that said God, and it was just
What?
It was apparently like a former church camp or something.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but the guy said, "You guys, we don't get many famous people around here. The other famous person we had was Tobey Maguire." And I'm like, "That's a totally different fame category.
Yeah.
Like,
But
we weren't
Maybe-
featured in the local
Yeah,
paper."
they wrote us up in the paper.
let me pause for a second just to say,
Yeah. That. Yes.
y'all lucky to be here.
I know. We were like, let's put heavy stuff in front of the door while we sleep.
Because like that literally sounds like the movie plot to some shit y'all would reference for the album. Like that.
We're trying to live the experience,
Oh.
It's a method. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! All right, well I'm glad y'all here with me.
Yeah,
And nothing happened
yeah.
to you, but I'll be damned. Okay, so let's go back before we get into more of the present. I remember seeing you guys perform. Obviously, we performed together once at Quarter World, and
That was fun.
and that's when I was like, oh shit, I gotta follow these people. But like this song has been on my playlist for quite some time. So,
yeah.
would it be all right if I showed my Slack pack a little bit of your stuff?
Yeah.
You mind chilling? Okay, well, let's do it.
It's our lockdown video.
Yeah.
Let's blast off and go to space camp. Let's watch sweaty dudes play volleyball. Let's ditch going back to school and go hang out at the shopping mall. Let's go get rad with Audrey too. We'll see Ferris and the Golden Child. We'll go thrashing with Johnny Five. Wear blue velvet and do something wild. Pics from '86. Watching Pics from '86. Sometimes I get my kicks watching flicks from 1986. Karate Kid goes to Japan. Three amigos go to Mexico. Trouble comes to Little China. Captain Kirk goes to San Francisco. Neon maniacs and critters. Iron Eagles and Howard the Duck. Trolls, cobras, and aliens. A goblin king and a goblin face truck. Flicks from '86. Watching flicks from '86. Sometimes I get my kicks watching flicks from 1986. There can be only one. Retreat, surrender. There can be none. There can be only one. Retreat, surrender. There can be none. Oh, flicks from '86. Watching flicks from '86. Sometimes I get my kicks watching flicks from 1980. Flicks from '86. Watching flicks from '86. That's how I get my kicks watching flicks from 1986. 1986. I'm watching flicks from '86.
Great pause screen. So, couple things before I ask my question. One, I have that same exact copy of Dune. I love how I always crack up at the part where it switches from a lint roller to a carrot. You know? like,
The change
And-
nobody expects.
right? And Greg, those faces, bro. those great. Like, you look like you was really into playing those cushions, yo. Like,
Yeah. I think I haven't watched that video in a while. My takeaway is that I need to throw away my air filters more often. But I guess they make good symbols.
yeah. That shit was hilarious. Oh no, I love it. It's a good bop. It's a bop. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
like legit.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like now that when's the last time y'all have seen that video? How long's it been?
Years.
When did we?
Well,
We put it out in 2020.
In 2020.
Like April of 2020.
yeah, we recorded everything remotely because everything was on lockdown. I think we
So
we even recorded music remotely
we did
during
one song.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty fun.
yeah.
Yeah, those were some interesting times.
Oh yeah.
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 That's a-
But yeah, since we saw that, I don't know. It's been like 4 years at least, I think, since I've seen that.
That's the video you sent me
No.
when I was interested in joining, and I saw that, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm down.
That was okay. That was my next question. Like okay, how did they convince you? So is that all it took was just send that video or like?
Yeah, I mean, I sent Scott an email from Craigslist, and I was like, I would like to play in a band because it's been since 2020, like the year before, and
Mhm.
sent me that video back, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Oh, like this.
Nice. Right. Were you any? Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rachel.
Oh, I just said I'm glad you thought so.
Were you playing in bands before that, Connor?
Yeah, I was playing in San Francisco before
Okay.
I moved up here. So No
You know,
band
actually,
that anyone would have known about.
yeah. Actually, I never thought about that. Are all of y'all from the? Well, obviously, kind of you said no, but are the rest of y'all from the Pacific Northwest originally, or?
I actually am from here. I just lived in San Francisco for
Okay,
and then came back.
gotcha.
I am not.
He's the one.
Yeah, I grew up in Texas. I grew up in Dallas, Denton area.
Okay.
Like in Dallas, and I was in college in Denton. But I've lived here for about 20 years.
Nice. I'm originally from Chicago, and I got here in 2011. So
Nice. Yep.
cool. Yeah, it's interesting here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it in interesting. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Works.
Cool. So that's actually let me add this to the stage. Not that. Come on, remove that. Let's add that. So
I get it.
this is I follow you on Spotify, and they always put the popular songs or whatever. Let me ask you something. Do you feel that this is accurate to like is this different from what people ask for from you, or is this like kind of spot on?
Close.
All Hail
Hello.
Zoltar is always requested for sure.
Okay.
I always request Driller Killer.
Yeah, Connor does. Are you the
Okay.
one that's making those numbers go?
Honestly, I was joining the band. I would go on the Spotify and just listen to them over and over again, and like take notes.
Yeah.
So probably a good 50 on each song. This me just
Thank you.
taking
Connor.
notes
Thank you.
down.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I would say it's fairly accurate. Yeah, I can't think of anything outside of that.
All right. And then obviously I see your discography is listed below too, and we're going to talk about the latest album, Pardon McFly, in a minute. But are there any big differences between straight to video and Pardon McFly for you folks?
I feel straight to video was a lot more. There was a lot more kind of 80s cheese rock to it, and I feel Party McFly is a little more kind of leans into more of a post-punk kind of stuff, but keeping with the pop-punk idea.
Early Depeche Mode, later Depeche.
Yes, we're basically Depeche Mode. Basically, who we are as a band.
Nice. Okay, word up. So like when you're touring, because I haven't had the chance to see you in a while because I've been stuck in the house since the pandemic and I haven't figured out how to get back outside yet. But is it a mix of both of these albums, or do you mostly perform Pardon McFly?
No,
Okay.
no. I think we play. I'll play the ET Radio, that single, So Convenient. We play it all the time. Party McFly, it's 50-50, to be honest. I think it's really 50% straight to video, 50% Party McFly. I think there's outside of that, we have some songs that are not fully recorded yet that we play.
Yeah, we got to road test them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and then
cool.
One song that's from an old iteration that we sometimes play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then a fun cover at every show.
That
Dope.
changes a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that's what the audience would demand from you anyway, right? They're like, they want to hear it. So, let's talk about Party McFly. How did this latest project start? Like, what was the aha moment?
Yeah, Scott.
What?
Yes, Scott.
I think aha, we have enough songs for an album was kind of the thing.
Okay.
That I don't. As far as like title, I think Scott came up with several different ones, and we kind of put different things together. We contacted this artist. What's her name? Mads.
Yeah.
What's her last name? Oh, it's escaping me right now.
Mads Schubert.
Schubert. Yeah.
Super. Okay.
Yeah, and she lives down in Phoenix. Is that right? She's in Arizona.
She's
right?
in Arizona.
Yeah.
She does comic work and she does.
I was gonna say this because this looks very comic booky and very like professionally good. So
Yes.
Yeah,
she's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good. Yeah.
She's like she did. Yeah. Oh, she did the sticker designs for us too, and everything was great. So we really wanted to something comic booky like this, and we're all huge fans of. We started out, when we first got on talking about Crispin Glover here, So I mean, like, Back to the Future is a big concept with us. We also have, songs that reference Back to the Future. So we were like, why don't we just do something about Back to the Future? So
nice.
Yeah, and we wanted to go big on this one just because we decided to do it on vinyl. So we're like, we need something nice and big for art.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's go over a little bit of this as well. Let's get this down here. There we go. Wanted to go over the track list so some of my Slack pack can see. We've got High School Demons, So Convenient, Log Lady Psychic Hotline, ET Radio, Shutter Shades, We Used to Never Say Die, Outrunning the Nothing, The Party Exorcist, Dystopian World Tour, and Space Command Remote Control. So 10 tracks on the new album, which, as you can see here, Slack Pack you can get on Bandcamp. Of course, follow them on Spotify, but Bandcamp is where it's at, where you can actually get the music, and the vinyl apparently, which I will be getting. So that's what's up. I like that.
Yeah.
So every time, like, okay, what comes first, the song or the title?
Ooh.
We usually always have the titles.
Yeah.
I mean, a good title is important,
Yeah.
but
Will you write a lot of these things? Do you come up with the song title and then write a song to it?
it's happened usually. So I have a list of potential song title names that make me laugh, and then I just mess around with music, and then
Excuse me.
music just has kind of speaks and has a vibe, and you're just like, well, none of these titles really go with that. And like, this one kind of does though. And then like, how do I flesh that out into like a concept of the song? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these things are all things that we're really interested in, which is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So convenient. There's a convenience store right next to my house that we go to a lot. So like, that's the inspiration for.
It is convenient.
It is convenient.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't heard Outrunning the Nothing yet, but I'll be honest, just based on the title, I'm like scared to listen to it.
It'll bring back flashbacks to never-ending stories.
Exactly, because I'm like, man, that just gave me anxiety.
Oh, I mean, on multiple scenes, multiple levels, for sure.
Right. Here's a question I wanted to ask each of you. Do you, each member now, do you have a favorite that you like to perform? So, Rachel, let's go with you first.
For me, it's a cross between the Log Lady Psychic Hotline and We Used to Never Say Die. They're very different songs. I love We Used to Never Say Die. It's super poppy. I like to belt it out at the end. And then Log Lady Psychic Hotline, I just love. It's based on the Log Lady character of the Log Lady from Twin Peaks, and I just love Twin Peaks so much. It's really just like the series of my soul, and so I love the subject matter and I love the song. It's very spooky and cool. Those are my two favorites.
Yeah, actually, we've been rewatching Twin Peaks in my house lately,
Nice.
and we're on season 2, which I forgot is like.
Wacky.
Weirdy.
Unlike the rest of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, damn. I was like, I might need some drugs or something. Okay. Next. Who wants to go next?
Great.
Sure. Extraterrestrial Radio is my favorite one to play. I do like my synth pad on that. Yes. That I don't know. It always just it's my favorite one dynamically, the way that I play it. So it's just always been really fun. I like the poppiness. It has good swells. It's kind of like, I'm not gonna say it's a perfect song, but it's like you did a really you did. I think
here.
No, I know. You did it. It's awesome. I really like it hits all the marks for me. So it's speaking of Brian Wilson passing yesterday. He was king of fifths and thirds and stuff, and really shine on those fifths and thirds there too. So I was like big fan of that. The other one that I really enjoy is "We Used to Never Say Die." Very fun poppy song to play.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah.
Word up. All right.
I'll join that. We used to never say die train. That's a fun song to play.
Yeah, very fun song.
Also, Party Exorcist, because I get to do a skit in the middle of it, so that's always fun.
Yeah, skits are always dope. I love a good skit. Connor?
I actually have the same answer as Rachel. Log Lady, Psychic Hotline, and We Used to Never Say Die. I really like Log Lady because, like, musically it's a lot different, and I don't play any chords in it. It's all very, like, textural, atmospheric guitar stuff, which is cool. And then We Used to Never Say Die is the complete opposite. It's just, like, super heavy, distorted guitar chords. So
Yeah.
they're very fun to play in completely different reasons.
Word up. Okay. Now, for the next question, we're going to go in the reverse order. We're going to go back this way. Now, which was the hardest song for you to learn?
To learn or to write?
Either, I guess, but we're starting with Connor, and we're going to go the other way this time. Which one was the hardest one for you to learn to play?
I think Space Command Remote Control is probably the hardest. Like, the music itself is not very complicated or difficult, but like it took us a really long time to play it and say like, yeah, that sounds really good. We had a lot of repetitions through it and like just changing little micro parts to make it all kind of flow together.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna second that because it has a lot of dynamic to it and a lot of kind of speed up, slow down parts. It was the hardest one to record because it had a part that we couldn't click track. Yeah. And so it was just like, okay, you just vibe it and then we'll try to go off of that. Yeah, but yeah, it took the longest to get down. But when we played it and then it hit a groove, it just felt so good, you know. But yeah, it took a while to get there.
Did that also then make it the hardest one to write?
I don't know. I mean, I always like trying to challenge us to throw in new stuff that we haven't done before and like just to give us something to work on. And so that had a lot of that in it. I don't know if it was harder for me to say, yeah, let's do something crazy or us to actually do the thing that's crazy. So yeah, it's just harder to learn.
Word. All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What say you?
I would agree. Space Command for recording purposes, everything. It wasn't for me. It wasn't the hardest one, but I until it came to that time change for recording. But just playing it and when we played it, when we learned it all together and we wrote the parts and stuff for it, I did mine. It's just kind of the drums is just the backbeat to that thing, which all good drums should be. But Dystopian World Tour was the more difficult one for me.
Okay.
Yeah, that one had some weird dynamics and time changing kind of stuff. Like that one took a while to come together and sound good. And we also reworked that song so many times.
We changed it
we literally recorded it. We're gonna put it out, and then right when we were going to put it out, we're like, nope, we're redoing it. And so we brought it back in. I can't believe you guys forgot that. That shit was crazy.
That was the third time we recorded it.
It was, yeah. That one just had to go back. We had to rework that a lot.
Yeah. We cut like 20 seconds out of it at some point.
Yeah.
Damn. But you did it though. That's what matters. That's what matters.
Like that was this one, and then on our previous album, Working Girl, I think was also redone a whole lot.
What up?
Really? Oh, okay. That was. I mean, they all sound very cohesive to me. I don't know shit, but like, yeah. Damn. All right. Well, okay, Rachel. What's your answer?
Yeah, I want to say Dystopian World Tour as well. Lyrically, it's a very full song. And then, like Connor mentioned, it was originally longer. It had three verses and 4 choruses, and it was so long and a lot of lyrics to remember. And I think it was our longest song at like maybe 6 minutes or something, which is crazy for us.
Minutes, 30. I don't know.
We don't usually play songs that are longer than like 3 minutes. For me, that one was tricky. And then eventually, I think after years of me suggesting it, everyone was like, "Okay, let's shorten it. Let's cut out an entire verse."
You're
And then-
right, Rachel.
And then, of course, that presented its own challenges in like relearning and stuff and reworking. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Same
People are like, what is this, a jam band? What is this?
Hey, you know, I mean, it still sounds good, right? Even if you
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, you got to jam. You got to jam sometimes, you know.
We finally got it to a good place now.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to take a quick little break to show my audience something else y'all did, because I want y'all to understand who I'm dealing with, okay, y'all? So I'm going to have them feast their eyes on this.
What really makes us mad is wasting money on CDs with only 1 or 2 good songs.
Yeah. Tell them about
Party McFly.
Yeah, we got the CD called
Party McFly.
It's loaded with our favorite tunes, man.
Yeah.
Just listen.
Still battling demons from high school. Still battling demons. We used to never say die. We used to never say. We just came to party to have a good time.
Now available on 1LP. Pick yours up online or at the vinyl premiere show at Dante's on October 11th. Let's Party McFly.
Extraterrestrial radio.
Y'all wild as fuck. God.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
We and me ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all have fun. That's for damn sure. That's what I like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, wow. Okay. You know, it's really cool that you decided to go vinyl for that one too, because one, you got an epic cover. You know, the jacket is gonna look dope. You know, and it's a good. I think most people would consider an album that. So, like for instance, I have a rule when it comes to buying vinyl, and I don't buy vinyl unless I can play the whole thing through.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is one of those albums where you can just put it on and just chill. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Thanks.
I don't know if you can chill. You're going to fuck up some shit while you're listening to it, but
Yes.
yeah,
By chill you mean rock out, then yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
yeah. So, I want to talk about your upcoming tour dates. I'm going to put this up here. You guys are going to be freaking busy, yo. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I mean, Eugene and Astoria, you know, that's a little bit of a trek. Not, you know, and then back to Portland, then Olympia, then Seattle, Tacoma. Whew.
Although it is nice doing Pacific Northwest tours, because we did a Bay Area one, and man, every leg of the drive, every leg was like 7 or 8 hours. It was just long.
Yeah.
So nice to do just like 2 hours, and you're like, oh, we're here.
Okay, word up. Any plans in the future to do East Coast at all, or any other regions? Or I'm sure you thought about it, but
Yeah, we'd like to. We got an offer to play in Denver with Spells, I think.
okay.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
We joked about it several times about playing Germany, and then it became less and less of a joke. Now we're like, should we play Germany? Should we do that? So maybe someday.
I can see that being a hit.
Yeah,
Over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Rachel speaks fluent German, so we wouldn't be lost.
Yeah, unless she ditches y'all. So
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah. There is
Oh.
there's that.
found the weakness in the plan.
Oh, we
Yeah,
never
right.
do.
I think
Like-
East Coast is pretty fun though too, because there's just so many cities right there. We
Yeah.
can just hit.
Yeah, that's what's up. I feel that. You guys ever do any of those like nerdcore music circuit events?
Funny that you mentioned that.
I did in my last band, and I think there's still a little bit of a hangover from this, where we are gonna. It's not announced yet, but we're gonna play a night of Geek Week this year. So I'm not sure what's involved, but there's lots of geeky activities involved, and we're gonna be playing music, and it's gonna be fun.
I think that would be dope. Okay,
Yeah.
good call. All right, good for y'all. Good for y'all. Yeah, I think that I'm not surprised that somebody asked you to do that. Was my point. So
Yeah, tracks.
yeah, it tracks. Actually, I was thinking about something. If I may take a moment to present you with an idea.
All right, ready.
Okay, it's an album idea. I'm sure you get this shit all the time, but I've got to give you mine. This is my shot.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. I don't know what the subtitle of the album should be called, but y'all should do an album as Bad Max. and play evil versions of yourselves and do 5 to 6 EPs about horror films, and that's it.
We do ones about horror films. Maybe we do as Bad Max. We do them as the villains were right.
Exactly. Yes. Do one dedicated. Do one dedicated to villains that you can kind of see their side.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm writing that down.
Right, and get the same artist to do the cover.
Yeah.
Oh, with like a little goatee, like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mirror universe, Rad Max.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Wrote it down. We got it.
Hell yeah. There was one other thing I want to talk about because you guys mentioned this, and this actually I've been hearing so much buzz about this around Portland, and it's this movie Vampire. Here's the funny thing: nobody has told me what it's actually about, but I know like 4 people in it. So can you tell me what the deal is? What is this movie, and how did you end up on the soundtrack?
Well, you want to do that?
Sure. Yeah, it is a movie of kind of like Bambi, but a vampire.
Vampire deer.
Yeah, Vampire Deer. My brother-in-law actually is the director of it, and my sister is producing it. So that's how I found out about it, obviously. And then
Word up.
At some point, I don't know if they asked us or we asked them.
Oh, it was they needed a white van to do some pickup shots for the movie, and they're like, "Can we use your van?" And we're like, "Yeah, I'd love to be a stunt driver. This is going to be great. Like, how many hoops of fire do I get to drive through?" There were none. But so we have our van is in it for 0.5 seconds, which is great. Nice camera. Well, while we were there, do you guys need a song or something? Yeah, we'd love an end credit song. And we're like, okay, just give us a little bit. We'll get something for you. And turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
And
we ended up writing the title song for it.
Yeah. And
damn.
Then we went down there a couple weekends ago and did a music video shoot with them. And that was really fun.
Oh, when did we get to see that?
That's next month.
Next month, it comes out next month, and the premiere of the movie's coming out at the very beginning of August, and we're gonna play the after party for that too.
Damn.
Great.
Okay.
That wasn't an NDA, right?
Oh no, they dropped us from the soundtrack. Oh. No,
man, you spilled all the tea.
Yeah, the song comes out July 7/11. So and Taylor's gonna coordinate that too. Cool. So video and song drops then.
Yep.
Okay. Really important question: will the after party have cookies?
Ooh.
I mean, is it an after party without?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to play it if there's not any.
Okay. I want in. I got to think about cookies, yo.
Yeah, I like cookies.
Damn, that's really exciting. Coincidentally, Slack Pack, what was I told them this right before the interview, but my last guest, which was podcaster Gretchen Brooks, is actually an extra in this same movie. So I was like, what? That's crazy. Portland, y'all, I swear. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Would there be a big screening, you think?
I
think there is a premiere.
It's down in Eugene. They rented out a whole theater for it. I
think that's a yes. Then.
Yeah, it will be a big screening. And I know that some of the people are going to come up for it. I know some of the people, like the bigger names that were in the movie are going to come up for it. I don't know if I can say anything about who they are.
Oh,
but...
they're on IMDb, so it's listed.
Oh, okay, cool. Then, yeah. I don't know if Greg Sestero is coming or not, but we'll see.
Ooh,
He's
okay.
from The Room, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, he's in Vampire.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I mean, you're doing a lot of shit. So, like, did I miss anything? Like, what's next? Like, I mean, you got the tour, you got the Vampire thing, the album is out. What else is going on?
What else is going on?
Oh,
I mean, you're busy enough as it is. I just meant, like, you know.
Well, yeah, for this summer, I don't know if anything else. I'm pretty sure my wife has already been like, no more for the summer right now. So I think we're pretty much good to go for up until fall. Something that we used to do, we haven't done it in a while, was the So Bad It's Rad. We might try to get maybe one of those back on.
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
We used to do that at the Clinton Theater, where we'd screen a movie and then play songs along with the movie, either some from the movie and then we'd write our own songs that would be interjected into the movie. We did that for Miami Connection and for Chopping Mall. Nice.
You know, that is such a great idea and concept, you know?
Yes.
I would definitely be down to attend something like that and bring a bunch of people, because that sounds like a good. That sounds like a good time. That sounds like a good time for show.
Yeah, it was sold out for the Miami Connection one. That was like, it was fun, and we got that was like what's weird in Portland this week. We got like top spot on that when we did that. So.
Man. You know, what was that last? I think it was a couple weeks ago, because I have a little Friday group in my house where we get together and watch bullshit. And we recently watched Holy Mountain.
Oh yeah! Awesome.
I had never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I was not ready. But damn, it stuck with me. Actually, you know what? The other one that's been straight up been fucking with us. Have any of y'all ever seen a movie called The Greasy Strangler?
No.
I know the movie, but I have not seen it myself. Yeah, Josh he mentioned that one time.
Okay, I'm trying to warn everybody that I can.
To not see it, or to see it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But if
That's
you
do, a red flag right there. But okay, continue.
Yeah. I don't know if any of you are sober people, but if you're not sober person, go into that with something in you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. It sounds like one of those movies like, oh, this milk tastes so bad. Taste it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It is like that. I tell you what, they did their job. I haven't stopped fucking talking about it. So,
mission accomplished.
There you go. So here's another aspect of my show I really want to get into, because I've always been curious about this. When you're not doing all of the shit that I just named, what are you doing to have fun? Rachel, let's start with you, and then we'll go down the line again. Like, how do you chill?
Well, the music is my fun time, my I don't want to say chill time, because we're rocking hard most of the time. But yeah, music is not my full-time job. I'm pretty busy with work. As a day job, I'm a teacher. I teach preschool, and I also teach and I coordinate an adult language class program in German. So I really enjoy learning languages and teaching languages. I like traveling. I like camping and hiking, and between all of that, if I have any time left over to chill, I'm usually like cuddling with my cats and reading a book and watching bad movies and weird TV.
Any good book recommendation you have? Anything you read recently that you're like, yeah, do that? Well, right now I kind of just started it, but I'm pretty into it. It's I think the newest Grady Hendrix novel. It's called Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, and it's cool. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm into it. I'm hooked so far.
Nice. I just finished reading a book called Silver in the Bone. It's a fantasy novel that was pretty intense, really good. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it's better than some of the other ones I've heard and read recently. All right, next.
For unwinding, I have a dog and a cat, and I hang out with them a lot. They're probably my best friends.
Aw,
We're sitting right here, Brett.
Oh yeah,
damn.
I mean, you guys are secondary. Anyway, no.
Shots fired.
I'm joking. I love my cats, but I have regular friends as well.
Okay.
But for unwinding, I live pretty close to like Mount Tabor. I go hike and walk over there quite a bit. Go out go hiking and stuff. It's kind of summer. I love going camping. If I have free time, I know we booked up our summer quite a bit this time, but I do like to go camping a lot. Kind of just I read a lot of comic books and stuff. Definitely. Like I mentioned earlier, my wife and I we just will throw. I love to cook too. I used to be like a chef at like a restaurant and stuff, and I love cooking. So that actually kind of is probably my number one thing of relaxing, like coming up with recipes and stuff. I cook all the time, and I'm always canning and fermenting things and making weird stuff, and yeah.
Okay, well that just that tells me that I'm gonna have to bug you some more about that later on in a different segment.
Yeah, sure. I love talking about food. I love cooking.
All right, might have to have you share a recipe or two.
Okay.
Maybe we can get you in the kitchen or something, and see you throw down.
Yeah.
Cooking with Rad Greg.
I tried to do a cooking podcast during the pandemic. Actually, I was like, well, I'm gonna be indoors a lot. Let's go find out what's growing in my yard if I can cook something up out of that. So yeah.
Okay. You know, you can always get back to that too. I think that
I could. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, not now. You definitely can do that now. You can. Shit. Word up. I like that. Oh wait, comic books. You said you read comic books. What are you reading right now?
Yeah. Right now, it's funny. I just said comic books. Right now, though, my buddy just mailed me the Brandon Sanderson books. I'm reading like the
okay,
the Way of Kings and stuff. That'll take me for a while. I need to get through some of those. So fantasy, but as far as comics go, one of my buddies turned me on to some. I had never read the Planetary series. I kind of got back into.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. So Warren Ellis stuff. Planetary is good.
It's really good. It is a really good book.
And I know it's old. I know it's been around for a while.
Oh no! It holds up. That and his other book, The Authority, were well written.
Yep.
So
read that. Just never did the Planetary thing, so I went back and got into those.
Yeah. I'm actually as a hobby for me, I make custom action figures, and I'm making a Midnighter custom action figure right now. So yes,
that's so awesome, man. When I was young, I used to get a subscription to like Wizard magazine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I took apart. Okay, this is how stupid I was as a kid. I took apart an Mana Star Wars action figure, which was actually kind of a rare collectible one, cut its arms off and made a Lady Deathstrike out of it and nailed it in. And they were like, this is the worst looking action figure I've ever seen. I was a kid, and I was just like,
yeah, they can be
all
brutal.
right. They're like, lesson number 1, never pick up Mod Podge ever again. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Damn.
It didn't stop me. I've destroyed many more collectible action figures.
I mean, honestly, let me turn this for a second, but you see those yellow bins over there? That's all action. That's all action figure parts.
I love it. I love it.
So, I got a little bit of a problem. All right.
I have a small shelf over here that all my wife will allow. But it's lots of collectible action figures and stuff. Love them. We stayed down in Eugene recently, and Connor's brother-in-law has an entire room full of Ninja Turtle action figures. I love it.
All Ninja
all of them. Every one of them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I like that. Well, it's your turn.
I'm following that. I like watching bad movies. Like, that's great. Yeah,
Okay.
grab a beverage, throw on a terrible movie, and laugh your ass off. It's
What's the latest terrible movie you've peeped?
Oh, I watched this one called The Visitants. It's by Rick Sloan. He did Hobgoblins. They did on Mystery Science Theater. Also terrible.
Okay.
And it was like, you've done it again, Rick Sloan. And by it, I mean made another movie that is unwatchable. It's just a mess, just garbage. But it was so much fun. Yeah, just hilariously bad.
Hell yeah. You know, that might be a future project for you as well. I think people wouldn't mind hearing your take on some of these bad movies. So, think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You watch a lot, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, spinoff. All right, Connor, you're up.
All right. Actually, like Greg, really into cooking. Recently started a garden, planted a bunch of stupid hot peppers. So we'll see how those turn out.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Outside of that, I really like working on music like in my spare time that no one will ever hear. So like I make a ton of electronic music at home. Just like I'll show it to one of my friends and that's it. So a lot of house music and like drum and bass and that kind of thing.
Well, Connor, I would be interested in hearing that because let me tell you something. Being from Chicago, I grew up on house music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In fact, well, my mom introduced me to house music, and she was best friends with Frankie Knuckles, and so he used to come by my house and do private sets, and like so. Yeah, I love house music, love EDM. Been following a lot of different DJs. So, word up, man.
His stuff is amazing, and he engineered and recorded all our album. So he's
damn son.
Good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's why I do electronic music, because I record all of our stuff. And then I'm like, no more guitars, time for only synthesizers. And then at some point I get sick of electronic music, and then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna write like 3 hardcore songs in like one day and never listen to them ever again.
Okay.
Is it like a purge?
It really is. I have a folder on my computer called like song ideas, and there's like 50 songs in there that I wrote a structure of, and then was like, okay, I got it out of my system. I'm done with that. Moving on to something else.
Have you ever listened to any of Idris Elba's DJ sets?
Yeah, he's actually a kind of good DJ. It's weird,
right? Isn't it weird? I was like, damn, son.
Coachella or something a couple of years ago. Maybe not headline, but he DJ'd at Coachella.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, could you stop being good at shit, man? Like,
no kidding. Oh man, it's a package deal. People, I'm just like, good Lord, how can you be that attractive, funny, and an amazing musician? Come on.
Hold on, it's worse than you think. Did you know he's also a race car driver?
No, what?
Yeah, and the motherfucker took a break from acting to go study kickboxing and then won.
I knew he did that. I knew he's a badass.
like, man, could you stop? Like, anyway.
Making it hard for everyone else in the world.
So usually this next question kind of goes along with what you said about hobbies, and they usually correlate. And because I like to find out what people do to maintain their sanity or mental health. So are the hobbies that you mentioned also something that help you de-stress and then stay mentally healthy, I guess? And you can go in any order for this one. Whoever feels like they have the answer, that they're ready to.
I mean, honestly, writing and playing music is a vanity saver across the board. Yeah. Like it's what keeps me sane for sure.
Yeah, okay. I mean, definitely. So I'm also I have a day job too, where I work with everybody knows I'm always crazy stressed out all the time. I run like a development department for a software company that makes software for children's summer camps, but it's just it's very stressful all the time for some reason. Anyways, to decompress, definitely going back to hiking, of course, walking around. I read this book called The Calculus Wars. It's about Isaac Newton and Leibniz.
Okay.
The inventors, both of them coming up with the concept of calculus at the same time. But that sparked my interest in wanting to know more about Isaac Newton. And, he does these things where he would just like take these really, really long walks to like make him come up with ideas. And so I was like, I'm going to just start doing that in the middle of the day. And so I just started going on these crazy long walks, and like, it really helps change the way that you think about something when you start kind of just forgetting about everything else and just observing what's going on. And then you come back and it's a really good way to problem solve and stop thinking about all the crazy crap that's going on in the world in general. But yeah,
you ain't lying.
Yeah,
You ain't lying.
It's a good way to do it. And then, yeah, obviously I play an instrument where I beat the crap out of something. So, yeah.
Okay. Fair. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Who else has an answer for me, if anything?
Yeah, just following off of what Greg said, I think just unwinding in nature is super important for me. I'm kind of a workaholic and find it, I don't really relax like at home very much. It's very hard for me to relax because I'm just always thinking of all the things I could be doing. And I like to be busy and I love to have projects and stuff. But if I go out in nature and I really like separate myself from all that stuff, and it's just not possible to like look at the phone or clean the house or anything. If I just totally like detach and detox, that's I try to do that at least several times a year. That's very helpful for me. And then being on stage and screaming into a microphone is very cathartic as well. So music in itself is very it's very therapeutic in that way.
When I first met Rachel, like she had just finished hiking the Pacific Crest Trail or whatever. I was like, that is amazing.
I did not hike the whole thing.
I know.
did hike a portion of it.
Yeah, but you hiked like a ton of it.
Yeah,
and you
but
did it by yourself.
Yeah, I enjoy solo travel and I like solo hiking. I don't know.
Okay.
Just time to reflect on the future.
All right. Sorry, I wasn't cutting you off. I was just thinking about something. I'm going to wait until after Connor goes, and then I'm going to say something.
Yeah. Like I said, with the hobbies, producing music is a big part of it for me. That's probably why I kind of dabble in every genre, is depending on how I'm feeling, I will just write a song like that. And at least for me, when I start working on it, I can like completely tune out the rest of the world. It's really hard for me to start. Like, I'll sit there for like 2 hours and be like, I should go in my room and turn on my computer and like start working. But then once I'm going, I don't think about anything else. So it's a really good way to like de-stress and just stop thinking about whatever's bothering me. Like, I'm so hyper focused and locked in that is all I'll think about for like 4 hours. And then I'll come out of it in like a fever dream of like, what just happened?
You're in your flow state.
Exactly. Yeah. And performing, like I told Greg at our first show, he was like, how did the show go for you? And I was like, I don't know, I blacked out.
I was like,
Like whenever I perform, I get in such a hyper specific flow state that like I don't remember what happens. And if I do remember, that means that it didn't go very well. Like if I have thoughts about what happened, it means like, oh, I wasn't really locked in very well. I kind of messed up a lot. But if I'm like, yeah, that was good, I don't know what happened, that means like
that means you were in it. Okay. Yeah. That's what's up. My latest thing is so it's something that I actually made fun of my wife for, and my roommate actually, and it's a game called Power Wash Simulator.
Oh, yes.
I'm talking like just sitting in front of the screen, mouth open. It's like, but like inside my brain too, I also have this thing where I'm like, why the fuck is this playground so dirty? Who did this?
Yes. I love that. I love that you went that route, because I also did the exact same thing, not with Power Wash, but this game called Lake, where all you do is deliver the mail.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's great. I loved it. I'm just like, my dad was on sick leave. This is the premise of the game. My dad is on sick leave. It's 1988. I'm going to go back and help him. And for some reason, I'm not qualified, but they're just like, sure, you can go deliver the mail and everywhere in this town. I'm like, great. So yeah, I loved it. I played it for months.
Okay. That actually reminds me of something that I was going to say to y'all. Okay, and I need you to hear me out. All right, and this is coming. This is coming from a friend. So earlier in the interview, you told me about your trip with the donkeys in the weird place, right? And then Rachel just now said that she went on this hike by herself somewhere, and I'm like, look, yeah, okay, look, I'm
Why do we manufacture these situations wherein
right from your black friend? We got to tell you, like, hey, y'all got to cut the shit, all right? Y'all gotta, like, just. And I saw somebody say this recently. If black people would be like, I don't know about that, I need you to stop and think about it too. Just don't do it, girl. And y'all don't be going to more donkey houses, okay? Like,
yeah, hindsight's 2020. I do now see the scenarios that we put ourselves in are exactly what we sing about.
Yeah,
and yeah, we all watch horror movies all the time and like, those idiots, why did they go to that house,
Right.
All I don't go to the donkey houses on our future.
No, I want to go back there. That place was sick.
I narrowly escaped something there.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not sure what it was.
It ain't like you see Tobey Maguire that often. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a non-zero chance.
That's true.
Yeah, you never know. I did want to share a little something with you guys real quick, because like I said, one of the ways I de-stress as well is I am a proud cat dad of 3.
Hey.
I have an older cat named Batman. He's a Turkish Angora. He's 22 pounds. Then I've got a cat named Thursday. His name is Thursday because he walked into my life on a Thursday. He's a street punk, but lovable. And then we just got this little lady here, Tippy.
Oh.
And
Adorable.
this is my living plushie toy. She is the nap friend. If I go lay down, she will be there in 30 seconds.
Oh, that's great.
And she'll let you play with the toe beans.
Oh, that's not all cats do that.
And belly rubs.
Oh,
Yeah, it's rare.
that's a special cat right
You
there.
got a winner.
Yeah. Quick question. Whose Plague Doctor Squishmallow is that? They're behind you.
Oh, the plague doctor over there? That's mine. Yeah.
Yeah. I have that one.
You have that one?
Yeah.
We had that one, and I gave my nephew the plague nurse. We had. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Word up. Nice.
Yeah.
The last segment of this show is something that I'm glad that you were able to show me an example of, and I like to ask people what's important to them, and that's when we get into charities or organizations that you like to support. And you were kind enough to send me information about Rosehaven. So I read a little bit of it myself, but as I scroll down the screen, would somebody mind just telling me how you got involved and why this became important to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Rosehaven is a day shelter and a resource center for homeless women and children. And I wouldn't say we're necessarily directly involved with them, but it is a charity that feels important to me and very important to support. And we have done one benefit show in which we gave our contributions to Rosehaven, and I think we have plans. We had another plan, I think, to do a benefit show that fell through, but it's definitely on our minds, and definitely a worthy cause, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I really like their messaging here. Like I said, I did read this earlier, and I actually used to support similar organizations back in Chicago along with my mom.
Nice.
And now that I know that this one in particular here, it does seem like a worthy endeavor to put my attention toward.
Yeah.
So
my mom was a social worker for her whole life, and she worked nights and stuff, and took me to like the women's shelters, battered women's shelters that were escaping like abusive men and stuff, and it definitely is something that I've always grown up and been aware of and around, and so it's important to support that. It means something to me, so
Yeah, my mom was the one who instilled the importance of this to me as well. So
yeah.
and I'm really grateful she did. It was a definitely a gateway or stepping stone for me to understand how the world works in certain ways, but also it was the start or ignition to understanding what women go through in the world.
Yeah.
And that's why it's remained important for me. But so Slack Pack, especially our Portlanders, I'll be putting a link to this website in the description, along with links to everything Rad Max, of course. But I'll definitely be putting this in there as well if you want to go show some support
Thank you.
for Rosehaven.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay. Is there any? I'd want to end the show with actually showing another music video, but before I do that, is there anything else that you would like to tell my slackers?
I think we kind of touched on it, but I'm very, very excited about the July tour we're doing. It's with
You mean that one?
Yeah,
Yes.
the Subjunctives have members of a band that I loved growing up, Sicko. And then the Shitfits are good friends of ours, and we're going to do 4 of those tour dates with all 3 of those bands. And so it'll be so much fun. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, we played a festival up in Seattle a couple months ago, and then became buddy with the Subjunctives, and it's kind of awesome because, like Scott was saying, it's one of those, like Ian and the drummer were in this band Sicko that was just like a kind of prevalent 90s band that Scott listened to all the time, very popular in the Pacific Northwest in the 90s. And it's just kind of like a fun thing to get to like tour with these people that you grew up idolizing and were fans of, not to geek out, and I'm sure they're gonna see this and be like, oh, you love us.
Familiar with your work, I guess.
Yeah. It's fun to be now like a contemporary and playing with them too. So
Shout out to them. All right, that's what's up.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I
No,
just wanted
please.
to say that in the midst of our busy summer and the touring and all the shows and stuff that we're playing, we're also still working on new music, and we've always got stuff. We've got like this back catalog of songs to learn, or songs that are learned, and we're ready to perform them, or we're ready to record them. So we've always the creative mill never stops churning. So.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Okay, that's what's up. I think not this summer, but next summer you should also plan a cookout.
Oh,
Love it.
I mean, y'all got two chefs. Like,
yeah,
True.
I love that idea.
now, but here's the deal, right? Do the cookout where y'all are hosting, right? And maybe you don't have to perform, but maybe you invite the Shitfits and the Subjunctives to perform for y'all.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I like
Right,
this
and make it a
idea.
big event.
Yeah.
Sorry, I used to work in marketing, so this is
This is a great idea.
I always pop these up. Anyone else have anything they would like to say?
You guys kind of covered it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the tour really
Yeah.
the main thing, that and getting to do the make sure everybody is attuned to seeing Vampire when it comes out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's so
Vampire.
Yeah,
Okay.
Vampire. Title song. Beware the Vampire.
Look at that image.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
We got to do a screener of it already. It's fun. It's
It's
very
very
fun.
silly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll definitely
Yeah.
have my movie crew check in on this one.
Yeah, and the director Taylor, he's done a couple other things. He did the documentary on the last Blockbuster. If you saw that.
Oh yeah, I did. Oh
Yeah,
okay.
that's him. So he's did one on the TV show Lost as well that I just watched. It's pretty good. I liked it a lot.
I like that one.
And then he did one on ska music as well.
Okay. Damn. Oh, speaking of Lost, if you guys aren't watching it, you need to watch the TV show From.
Oh, I've heard.
Oh,
I've heard
yes,
that one.
From. Is it
Yeah.
Harold Perrineau in that?
Yeah.
Yes, Harold Perrineau. Oh my God, he's so good in that.
Oh, I love him so much.
Yeah, it's a good show, y'all. I can't wait for it to come back.
Horror movie, like, right?
Yeah, horror movie, but from some of the same people who made Lost. So
Yes. Yeah. Nice.
all right, cool. Well, with that being said, I would like to show my audience
Yes.
this video. That who made this for you?
His neighbor.
Get out of here.
Okay, so we definitely don't know.
A
All
good
right.
friend of ours did. Well, what he did is he tracked all of it for like this open source rock band video game. So he took the song and tracked all the instruments so you could play it. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna throw together like a video for it." I'm like, "Okay." And then he sent it to me. I'm like, "This is amazing. This is so fun."
Nice. Well, Slack Pack, we're gonna get a chance to watch it right now. So here we go.
We just came to party to have a good time in this abandoned mansion with our boons, fond wine, Brad cracks some brewskis, Wonder whips out the Ouija board, Bruce hits play on the boombox. Now let's party like we never have before. There's something in the shadows. Maybe I'm just too slow.
It's too good.
Wanda's got a weird look in her eye. Oh yeah, we're totally bored. We were possessed to party, and now we're just possessed. We need to find a way to lay these demons to rest. I don't wanna be one of them. They seem pretty pissed. Someone find a phone to call the party exorcist. Now all my friends are demons. This party's lost its charm. Not only are they trying to kill me, but they drank the last of the Boone's Farm. All the doors are locked. I've gotta get out of this dive. Who drew this flowing pentagram? I don't think I'll make it out alive. There's something in the shadows. Some otherworldly hell. What's that? Brad doing a sexy dance. This party's gone to hell. We were possessed to party, and now we're just possessed. We need to find a way to lay these demons to rest. I don't wanna be one of them. Let's see, pretty pissed. Someone got a phone to call the party exorcist.
Beach crowd.
To enrage an ancient evil? We'll call the party exorcist at 1-800-BAD-PARTY. Cause you've gotta get the hell out of there.
We were possessed to party, and now we're just possessed. We need to find a way to lay these demons to rest. I don't wanna be one of them. Oh no, someone find a phone call. I think you know who you're gonna call. Go fucker. No, the party exorcist. Who you gonna call? No, the party exorcist. Who you gonna call? The boy hotline. No, the party exorcist. Who you gonna call? The party exorcist. The party exorcist.
Can you play that on Rock Band?
Yeah, or on the open source.
Yeah, that was dope. That looks so much fun. Like, what would you do if you woke up tomorrow and you look exactly like that?
Oh.
Exactly like that. I know, kind of.
If I have all my hair back, sure. That sounds great. I'll take being a cartoon any day.
Word.
And I could start my fabled career as a Rob Zombie impressionist. Go around to kids' parties and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I basically am like a live action cartoon anyways, because I almost never changed my shirt. So, you know, I mean, it's the
I've been
same.
meaning to talk to you about that.
I watch
I was
it.
just-
I watch
Okay.
it.
Oh, okay. Thank God. There's about to be so many questions after that, but
No, I just have the same shirt. I have
Oh, okay.
lots of the same. It's kind of like
Same
Kiwi, you know, in his closet with all the gray suits.
word. I ain't gonna lie. I do have favorite T-shirts, and I try to buy like 2 to 3 sometimes.
See?
Smart moves.
Yeah, because you know, except for white, I don't wear white. I just forget it. I can't do it.
No.
I don't know how people do that because.
It's tied up.
Well, that is it for my program, y'all. That is it for the program, Slackers. I want to just thank you for participating in this shenanigans interview with me. It was certainly a pleasure for me to get to talk to y'all. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So-
Thank you so much.
No, thanks for inviting us. This was fun. I liked it.
It was great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We are gonna get out of here for now. This is the end of the interview section. But I will be inviting them back to do a bonus round of 5 questions with Cerius Blaq. So make sure you look out for that. And we may even do some music video reactions. So keep checking my channel for that. And then also make sure you check all of the damn links I'm going to put in this description. Okay? Yeah, and get that album on vinyl, y'all. It's worth it. Cool. Anything y'all want to say besides peace?
Stay rad.
Stay rad.
Okay, stay rad. All right.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much, y'all. And I will see y'all again in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.